Hello, my name's Roger Mason and I've been speaking on cruise ships for 11 years and I've been of service to P&O, Saga and also Fred Olsen. I've got a variety of subjects and themes and they are the Baltic and Scandinavia, the British Isles including Ireland and also Madeira and the Canary Islands, and I've got a series of talks that I call personalities and events. Very interesting subjects such as the Profumo affair, the Great Train Robbery, Votes for Women, the Duke of Wellington and several others. I'm a very experienced speaker. I was for many years a leading member of Toastmasters International, and in that capacity I was president of Britain and whole of Britain and the whole of Ireland, and I won and judged a number of speech contests and trained a number of speakers as well. In my business career, I've presented hundreds of full-day seminars for company directors and also company secretaries, and I've also given many talks for the benefit of charities on different subjects. I'm an accountant and a company secretary, and I've been finance director of different companies, including of a leading British film and television company. Oh, and before I move on, I'd also like to mention I've had 29 books published, the most recent of them just yesterday, and I've got a new book coming out in the near future. I'd like to move on now and show you just 4 slides from my different presentations, cruise ship presentations. Now that one is the funeral of Sir Winston Churchill, the funeral procession, and it's from my talk on Sir Winston Churchill. And it's his funeral procession on the way to St. Paul's Cathedral. Before his death, there was a big discussion about whether his funeral train to the West Country was going to leave London from Paddington Station or Waterloo Station. Most people thought Paddington was appropriate, but Churchill wanted Waterloo. In the end, he said, we'll compromise. If de Gaulle doesn't come to the funeral, I'll go from Paddington, but if he does come, I'm definitely going from Waterloo. And that was agreed. The great the great French general and president did in fact come to the funeral, and that picture is an inset of him waving from the steps of St. Paul's Cathedral. Churchill did get his way, and his funeral train left from Waterloo Station, which of course was named after the great British victory over the French in the Napoleonic Wars. I move on now to my Great Danes presentation. That is the first slide, and it's very relevant to the Baltic and Scandinavian cruises. The lady is Sandy Toksvig, and I also talk about Lego, the world's greatest toy company, and Carlsberg. They at least say it's the world's greatest the world's greatest lager company. And Princess Alexandra of Denmark, who married the Prince of Wales, who became Edward VII of Britain later. The Berlin airlift, a particular favourite of mine. In 1948 and 49, the Russians blockaded by land Berlin, and the great German city was supplied by air by Britain and America very successfully, and after 10 months the Russians gave up and opened up the land borders, and it marked the beginning of the Cold War. And finally, this is one from my great personalities and events, Votes for Women, the story of the suffragettes. Looking along the top, Emmeline Pankhurst, the founder of the movement, her 3 daughters, Christabel, Sylvia and Adela. They succeeded. All women got the vote in Britain in 1928, and they all suffered for their beliefs and actions. They all 4 went to prison. They all 4 went on hunger strike, and Sylvia suffered hunger strike no fewer than 13 times. Thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you found it both enjoyable and interesting, and I look forward to the prospect of working for you personally, and also for your companies in the future. Thank you again.